with the ember.
With the other bottle.
Yep, with the other bottle. It'll all work itself out. Don't worry.
We're just collecting bioweapons.
Yes.
Pretty much, yeah.
We're gonna unleash terrorist attack after terrorist attack.
It's
It'll
interesting.
actually, if we do them all like simultaneously across the town, that would be a pretty spread out attack that they would have some time dealing with. So maybe we'll see.
You could be terrorists.
Hey, we're already pirates.
One time we'll play a campaign where we aren't directly against most modern government.
Most.
But it is not this
No,
campaign.
definitely not.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess the first Shadows of Truth game we weren't explicitly
Weren't you
Well,
a terrorist?
Kelsey was.
Weren't you a straight
literally
terrorist? That's
Okay.
You guys were like the most wanted criminals in the country by the end of that game.
Mhm.
You're right.
You
But
know,
it didn't start that way.
It's
But
just
they weren't, like,
because
fighting the government.
it's just
No, they blew up an embassy
Yeah.
and a bridge.
and a train.
And an armory.
Okay.
But
You
we
know,
saved the world.
literally
We're
attacked
against
a
the government.
government train carrying basically a nuclear bomb.
But we
They
saved
were
the world.
literally terrorists.
I wasn't. I mean, I was associating
we
with
did
terrorists.
You
more
were
or less-
complicit.
Yeah, I was associating with
Aided the-
terrorists. Absolutely.
We more or less aided in the supplanting of the government.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a whole new regime and everything happened because of us.
Well, a rebellion.
Rebellion, yeah. So,
Anyways.
Anyway.
Tara, go ahead and give me a boating roll for
Someday.
navigating.
Yeah. Yep. Take my boat. 10? Let me make sure. Yes. Is this a navigation roll?
Yes.
Then I got a 6.
All right. So you guys set out. Now, here's the thing, Tara. It is nighttime now. You're feeling kind of tired. Sailing through, you haven't hit a point where, you know, like once you set the course and get up sort of like around the northernmost tip of the island, you haven't hit the like point where the weather starts acting weird. Right now, it's just kind of like a faint wind. Are you going to stay at the helm until you get through any shenanigans?
Yeah, no way. It's Nub's taking over.
Okay. Yeah.
My helm.
All right.
Go get me a
So
snack, Nubs.
how about the Mr. Dibbs and Robin? Are you guys gonna go to sleep, or are you gonna stay up and just wait to see if anything weird happens?
I'm gonna make some booze out of that water.
I'm going to.
What kind of booze?
I gotta look what we have.
I'm gonna sleep in the crow's nest and take shifts with Paul.
Okay.
Where's my good stuff? Oh, it's on the back here. There it is. Southern Drassian or Car Walled Red. We'll do that Drassian rum. Why not? Okay.
Southern Drassian. Sounds good.
Alright, so I'll just hang around for an hour and play my little tune.
All right.
And make magic pond water into booze.
All right.
Ooh.
The magic pond water rum. No.
Alright, I got 15 on the perform.
Oh, nice.
I wonder, can it be done
Veritable
quicker?
Dionysus here.
Yeah, can it be done quicker if I get raises? I wonder. Never brought that up.
It's hard to make alcohol quicker.
Right.
No.
But magic. Magic.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
No.
It just,
No
it just-
effects. No effect on her is.
Okay.
Oh,
Sounds good.
Now I wish I made a chronomancer who just aged wine.
Oh, there you go. I did that in our mage game.
Yep.
Labeled it and everything and made it this like super vintage, like high selling brand.
Yep. It's the real masterful power of chronomancy.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever, I can make our boat go fast.
So
All
does
right.
it,
So
go ahead.
as you guys sail out away from this lonely island, you get to the point, Tara, where the wind, it's quiet, and then suddenly whoosh, the sails are just like full, and it's blowing like in a very strong sort of like from behind you, and in a sort of like a northeasternly direction. So not terrible to sail with. In fact, it actually like helps quite a lot. It does make it kind of hard to turn south. So like going like this way is tricky. You end up kind of going more this, just like a straight east direction.
I don't think I'm gonna fight it. I think we just go this way then.
Okay, you're gonna fully like lean into the wind.
Yeah, once we get here-ish, then I'll make decisions.
Okay. You do get about there-ish after the first like half of the night, so late. The wind begins to die down to a more. I mean, it still stays at roughly the same heading, but it dies down to a less gale force after about 20 miles away from like the area around this place. A little like bubble.
Do we want to go around this little speck? Through this straight.
I think through the straight, or talking about down below. Can we go south?
I don't have a preference.
I think if we start going this, well, the wind will probably just be that way.
I mean, if we go through on that black line, we get to see the most stuff.
That's true. It might be nice to peek at this island.
Mm-hmm.
Straits are notoriously tricky, though.
So are we. We're pirates. We'll out-tricksty them.
You've convinced me. Let's go.
All right. Are you going to if you
Morale officer.
continue right now, you'll like just continue sailing right now. You'll probably be sailing through the strait in early morning. Do you want to stay at the helm through the night?
No. I want to be awake for the strait, so I'll let Nubs take the wheel, I guess.
Okay. Get some rest. This is any orders, Captain? For
Hey, keep us straight and steady. If something really tricky comes up, wake me up.
nods. Takes the wheel. All right, and the night goes. The now late night.
Oh yeah. So how does the booze taste? Any different? Any better with the magic pond water?
I feel like it tastes good.
Yeah.
Maybe it tastes better.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Maybe you're just thinking it tastes better because you want it to taste better. You're not sure.
I do want it to taste better. There's two kinds of
It tastes
magic
a
in
little
it.
better.
There's kind of magic in here.
Better. It definitely, like, how could it not taste better?
Right. There's two kinds of magic in here. That's double dipping on your magic sauce.
Yeah.
I call this magic sauce. Everyone, bottoms up.
Yep. All right, so heading through the strait, Robin and Paul taking shifts on watch in the crow's nests. Why doesn't Paul give me a notice roll?
Why?
7.
7? Okay. So morning comes, and you guys have kind of gotten through most of the strait. The report from the night shift is the strait is actually pretty deep for how wide it is. There was no like sandbanks or anything in between the islands, so no shallows. No issue. Smooth sailing. You are still within sight of the two islands when morning comes. And from the crow's nest, Robin, you can see they are pretty accurately depicted on the map you got from the others. Maybe like a C- on the map, capital MAP. But the features are accurate. There is a dense jungle, dense, vibrant jungle making up most of this island, and this island is just like flat, kind of like hilly sand. It looks like a giant sandbar almost.
Do I see any signs of life on the jungle?
Give me a notice roll.
I know we're kind of far away.
Yeah.
But like howler monkeys, like they're screaming fairies. I got a 9.
A 9? You kind of scope out the trees. You don't see anything from this distance.
Okay.
Every single monkey we've met in this campaign has been terrible luck.
That's true.
I mean, there's only been the two kinds of monkeys. The little monkeys and the giant super monkey.
And the little monkey deliberately brought the giant super monkey to us.
Yeah.
Is that what happened? Yeah, I tried to scare him away, and they're like, "Oh, scare us, will you?"
What did I call that thing?
Yeti monkey? I don't know.
The 6-arm monkey. Ape. I want to be like
The Raja Kera.
I want to walk you
What?
like you.
Raja Kera,
Raja Kara?
meaning certain death
Ah.
in the Karaite tongue. All right. So, do you want to send an away team onto either of these islands, or are you happy sailing by?
Do we see any wildlife?
No wildlife, from this distance at least. I mean, you could try and looking over at this island, you don't see any life at all. Over here, it's dense trees. You don't see any like birds, which is kind of weird. But you're a little too far away to see any sort of like wildlife on the island itself. Like,
That was the island that they're like, hey, stay away from that one.
yep.
That's spooky.
Every time you mention that island, Krusty just kind of shakes his head. Just like, no.
Can't remember anything yet?
He says, islands up the sand one. I don't think there's anything there. Just sand. Maybe worms? I don't know.
Worms. Worms make me crazy.
And then the other one is it's bad. I don't remember details, but no. I don't want to go there.
Well, we don't have to go.
Well, that's not where we're going anyways.
All right.
Sail past.
Past the Twin Islands, then on to due southeast to straight to the Isle of Mist.
Yep.
All right. Give me another navigation roll.
Navigation.
You
Come
set a
on.
course from your new bearing.
18.
16?
18.
18. All right, you're pretty confident with this one. You consult the celestial sigil and your maps, and you set a course. Where are you headed? Like, where do you want to shoot for on this island?
Fate's map says go that way.
You know, this sort of like top peninsula is said to be like outside of the mist, and then everything else is just mist. The only reason you know the shape of this island is because of the map you got from the laboratory.
Let's. What do you guys think? I think we should go poke the mist with our ship
Man,
before trying to go over land.
have you seen that movie? I don't want to go poke the mist.
Yeah, no,
It pokes
fuck
back
that.
pretty fucking hard.
But
Is the lighthouse our goal?
I mean, it's gotta be right.
Poke.
I thought we were
Across the
going
mountain.
to the elves.
I mean, we don't know where the elves are. I was assuming they're at the lighthouse because that's the coolest thing on the island, probably.
Yeah, that is what they would probably want to be hanging out.
We could walk across or go cross country across the island.
I just remember, yeah, because like this
Probably.
bit up here wasn't in mist, right? When
Yeah, the northern peninsula is out of the mist.
It might be a little safer for our ship if we don't go into the mist with it, but then we also have to leave the ship behind and go on a long trek.
can we?
And we're sailors, not walkers.
Not land lovers.
Or Texas Rangers.
Trying to think if there's a way that we could like have an early warning sign of like land.
Something
An early
like
warning
that.
sign.
Right.
Like, and you could have Paul fly in front of the ship,
Yeah,
like low to the water.
right.
I guess you don't know how thick this mist is.
we could make Paul glow a lot.
Rah! Will-o-wisp!
Paul.
Could- Oh,
Well,
could you cast Havoc as a ritual and just have it
That-
blow all the mist away?
Sounds badass. I can. I don't know if it'll work.
Havoc is an instantaneous spell, but I mean, you could.
You could give it area.
You'd have to give it area and then like a special effect to make it like continuous and probably a major effect to make it like continuously do something slightly different than what it's supposed to do on that duration. 'Cause
Also,
it
would
is
that
instantaneous,
keep
so.
wind out of our sails? I don't know.
Seems like something that
I'd
is
definitely
hypothetically
take it
possible,
like-
but pretty complicated air manipulation.
Alternatively,
There is no
well, the nice
alternative.
thing about our ship now is that we have a ram.
You do.
So if we hit something head on, it's probably
Half
not
damage.
a huge deal.
And iron plating. If there was a ship designed to go headlong into the fog, it is ours.
Forget
We're
me not.
almost an icebreaker. Oh man, with me on board, we're definitely an icebreaker. I just be like, fuck
Oh, yeah.
you, ice. Cool.
Cast
Yeah.
smite on the ship.
Oh, that'd be neat.
Yes. Give it AP. Give that some. Give the prow 6 AP.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's cool.
That's like a standard amount for like a big thing like
So
cannons.
six,
Yeah.
so 6 more AP.
But yeah,
I don't think AP stacks, but still.
it does.
Oh, it does. Well, good.
It's
Then
just like, how much armor do you
At
have?
a certain point, it doesn't become relevant.
hmm
It's like I ignore your armor.
Yeah,
Like the
I say
sci-fi
we go
weapon
to that.
cannon,
We go
like
explore
AP.
that bay, and we just take it nice and slow.
All right, so you're gonna head down this way to this point. At least set your course there at the moment.
Yeah.
All right. So another day of travel. 2 days from the Lost Island. Actually, probably 3 days, including the unbeaching. Your food stocks are still looking good. You have 22 days of food left. So assuming you don't stop anywhere for a long period of time, you should be able to make it back with food to spare. Is Doomy's report. So after about a full day of sailing away from the Twin Islands, morning comes, and as Robin, as you get up sort of towards the or like you're climbing up towards the crow's nest, the night lookout kind of looks down at you and says, "Robin, look," and waits for you to get up, and he says, "This white fog on the horizon. Didn't see it until the sun rose, but mostly towards the east. Do you think that's it?"
Captain, look! White fog on the horizon. Hello, morning.
I don't
Oh,
know.
good spot, Robin.
Thanks.
I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. I just see nothing.
I just pictured Mr. Dib with just like a pot with like a pipe, just surrounded by white smoke.
Yep.
I don't see anything.
I don't see anything different.
Yeah. Of course there's white
All right.
smoke.
Okay. All hands on deck.
At the moment, it looks like just a thick fog bank.
Whatever the stations are for action, but not necessarily battle.
All right, ready the ship.
Dangerous waters.
Kalaman kind of like comes over and sort of stands next to the helm, his fingers sort of tapping on the railing as he looks around and kind of squints forward. Says, "Do you really think we'll find elves on this island?"
I know at least one swam to it.
What do you think of the rumors that say, well, I wouldn't think much of them, but no one comes out of the mist?
We'll be the first.
Usually best to find out yourself.
That is the way of the explorer. Yes.
Did you? Can't remember. Has he been in the mist?
No, he hasn't. He was not on the previous journey, which did not go well.
Okay.
Most of his explorations have been like further north and out in like the endless ocean. So as the mist grows nearer, the light of the rising sun is sort of becomes dim, like just that sort of like glowing disc in the sky, faint enough that you can look at it without hurting your eyes. And the mist closes in around you.
Here we go. Once you get in, you don't get out.
With it comes a silence that is sort of a stillness that accompanies many fogs. As the wind dies down a little bit.
How far can we see?
As
In
you,
front, is it pea soup fog?
it quickly turns into pea soup fog. You can not see the front of the ship from the back.
Steering isn't super important.
But Robin, if you're up in the crow's nest, you quickly realize that being up here is pretty much useless. You can't see anything at all.
Okay.
You can't even see the deck of the ship below you. It's kind of eerie and ethereal. And actually, what are you gonna do?
Well, I was gonna just have Paul do some reconnaissance. First, I was gonna have him fly up and see how high this mist goes,
Okay.
and then I was gonna have him start flying ahead of the ship, and I'll just sit next to the captain and work into him.
All right. So as you send Paul out to do reconnaissance, and you're about to sort of head down from the crow's nest, you feel kind of like you hear sort of like a fluttering sound in one of your ears. And then a whispering voice says, "Hello, Robin. How are you, my dear?"
Oh, pretty good. Can't see a damn thing.
You don't talk to me as much as you should.
Well,
I get lonely.
it's hard to find insects and clay pots on a ship.
Oh, I suppose so. That just means you should collect them.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
The island you're going towards, Robin. It's an interesting place.
Oh, so?
Oh, I'm sure you'll find quite a lot of adventure.
I'm sure.
The elves that your friends have spoken of, they are there.
They are there?
They are there. As is the lighthouse. Much useful information there. But be careful. The elves may seem fair, but they are just as rotten at heart as... well, rotten and twisted at heart as their dark brethren.
Do I know who their dark brethren are?
The Unseelie elves.
Okay.
Be careful.
Will do. Hey, do you know who that old lady was in the tree?
Ah, that was my sister. I hope you took care of her.
She makes
Relic.
sense.
A relic of a bygone age.
She certainly was a relic.
The veil is thin here, Robin. It helps us, but it will also help your adversaries.
What does that mean?
The veil being thin.
Yeah.
The veil between worlds means that magic is more prominent, and creatures beyond this reality can more easily enter into it.
My magic is more powerful?
Yes.
Oh.
The only reason I can speak to you here without a sacrifice. I will
It'd be
help
easier
you.
to be cautious if you told me what I needed to be cautious of.
The elves.
The elves, yeah, okay.
Be cautious.
I'll try.
So you you go down from the crow's nest and send Paul up to scout. First thing, the mist is about twice the ship's height in
Okay.
tall mists.
Can he see anything above?
It is like climbing higher
Okay.
to this sort of like dome almost.
So he can't see anything interesting up there.
No. Yeah, not at least. Well, actually, have him give me a notice roll for. Have him do a notice roll.
You got a 7.
Okay. Walking into him, you see this as well. Sort of like about the direction of where your ship's going, a little bit to the east, a little bit off of your port side. There is like a rainbow arching up through the mist on sort of like the upper portion of it.
Okay.
You continue on, and you're gonna have Paul fly out ahead to make sure that you don't like hit anything or.
Yeah.
Okay. How low is he gonna fly? Low enough he can see the water?
Yes.
That's about probably like 30 feet above the waves.
Okay. Yeah. I was thinking like try to get him high enough that he can't be eaten by a rogue shark that hops
Yeah,
up.
just bye. Paul. No, Paul would probably like blast his way out of the shark. Purely from his own power, of course.
Right.
Okay, so Paul continues to fly ahead of the parroted prow of the Forget-Me-Not, and you guys continue through the still mist for probably like at least an hour. And then Paul sees a beach, a shoreline ahead.
I
Um,
shoreline ahead.
it's a very like wide, flat beach with like this fine white sand, idyllic. At about the time that he gets to that point, which he's maybe like a ship's length in front of the actual ship, which is actually not very far.
Yeah, I was expecting he'd be
Yeah.
far out.
Oh, I get. Well, how far away can you?
1,000 yards.
Okay, so you'd be at like the edge of that range.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. For some reason I thought it was 100 feet, but
No.
yeah, it's a lot more than 100 feet.
Yeah, it's 100 yards per or times my smarts.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, he gives you enough warning that you don't like just turn hard left right away. But you probably order the sails to be furled. Yes, thank you. At about the time this happens, you begin to hear something through the fog, and it's a strangely familiar sound. the sound of this sort of like calm, soothing, hypnotic singing.
Hey!
Ah!
There she is.
Can I cast something?
I've been looking for her
Yes.
for the 7 seas.
Arcane protection! Oh god! Not this!
Uh,
I almost want to jump in.
Who's in range of me?
What's the range of that? That's smarts.
I should have done this a while ago.
yeah. Shoot.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
one
it's
PowerPoint plus one for additional recipients.
I'll yell, plug your ears.
I can do the double range. Or no, you can go up the triple range. With PowerPoints.
Yeah.
So this triple range should be the whole ship.
I mean, you're not going to be able to arcane protection everybody on the ship, though.
No, I just want to hit. I want to hit the big three.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, Robin is next to you.
Okay, so that's easy. Where's Dibs?
Where's Mr. Dibs?
Looming over the railing, looking.
Are you at the bow or the?
Getting ready to jump in.
Yep, I'm at the front. I'm at the bow, waiting, like
Okay.
just getting ready to jump in.
So
It's not even worth casting it on him because he would just voluntarily jump in anyways.
okay.
Alana,
so,
that was her
yeah.
name.
He's
I'm
also
looking for Alana.
yeah. He's about 100 feet away, 20 squares away from you.
I mean, I'll do the triple range to get him in range, and I'll put it on him anyways.
All right.
I'll try at least. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We're on the most right. Okay, there we are. Oh, where is she? Ah, I never thought I'd see her again.
So, 3. I'll burn him. Nature.
We had something. It was real.
At least a 5. God damn it. That was awful. A 1 on my die and a 3 on my wild. Try that again.
Ugh, yeah.
Hey, I rolled a 5. So -1, it goes off on a 4.
Adequate.
Yes!
All right. So that's a +2 to resist effects. Okay. Well, so you feel sort of like a sereneness wash over you, and just like a lack of concern. Just like, yeah, this is fine.
Room's on fire. This is fine.
Yeah. Everybody, give me a spirit roll
That's including the +2?
with the +2. Yes, you spirit roll +2.
5.
Oh, wait a minute.
5, 7,
Yep.
and Mr. Dibs. Oh, well, there's a exploding 6. Oh, he crushed it.
There you go.
Damn, you don't need arcane protection?
He's still jumping in, though.
Yeah. Bye. No.
So, Mr. Dibs, you're way too focused on your fish waifu to care about this music.
Yep. I don't give two shits. Music. I mean, it's beautiful, yeah, but of course she makes beautiful music. She's gonna be my wife, my fish wife.
And yeah, the rest of you made it. So like you are aware of this calming sensation. It doesn't affect your decision making.
Okay, take out my gun.
So I pull out my gun.
I can't see. Those are skulls, but
How is the crew doing?
They seem kind of. Some of them are unnerved, and some of them are
God, that's
more
terrible.
like they seem a little mesmerized. But the ones who are unnerved, they kind of like push the other ones and like get them to like close their ears. I mean, like plug their ears. The problem is they can't really like crew the ship while they're plugging their ears. I mean, they can like stuff rags into their ears or something,
Yeah,
but that's
I'll
not
get
very
like
effective.
cotton from the doctor and start handing it out.
All right.
Here, spit on this and shove it in your ear.
Cannon wadding or something.
Yeah, don't all pirates carry or have the wadding hanging from their hair for the cannon fire?
They just take their dreadlocks and screw it in.
Well, whatever. But that's the thing. They keep wax hanging from their hair so they can put it in their ears for when they fire cannons. That's a thing.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
that shit up.
Because cannons are loud as fuck.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, like they can get your protection from the singing after a little bit of time.
I'm sure they've started using it when I get really drunk and can't play very well.
Yeah.
Like, oh god.
Yeah, earplugs are good for when you're trying to sleep on the ship with half the crew still awake.
Oh man, there's probably some crazy snorers among the crew.
Yeah. Well, and you guys just existing
Yucking it up and
while people are trying to sleep.
coming on board with all manner of things
Yeah.
at all hours of the night.
So, yeah, you get the crew protected. The pull, which you felt before, it's definitely not as strong. So maybe you're further away, wherever they are. It seems to be coming from ahead of you, though.
All right.
From beyond the white sand beach.
Forward ho.
Can we see the beach?
No. Paul can see the beach like several thousand feet away. So I mean, I guess you could sail slowly towards it.
About half a mile.
Careful, it might be Walrus Island.
Probably don't. I guess you could have Paul sort of scout out, see how deep the water is, if you want him to.
I mean, we're not wanting to land here anyway, right? We're wanting to skirt around it and get down to that bay, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because this is the sort of jutting peninsula. I think we'll go over to a different map now instead of the world map. Which, I mean, it's kind of the world map. Of course, I should have gotten a
The ship is our world.
ship token.
I sent you a ship token in Discord.
Oh yeah, you did.
It was back when it was the schooner, or not, sorry,
Right,
not the schooner, the sloop, the Suzuki sloop riot. But it's there, it's made.
Yeah. All right, so this is the map of the island, with fog. So you're at this general location, and you're gonna have Paul sort of go along the shoreline and keep a watch, so you can navigate around the outer sort of side there.
Sure.
Okay. Why don't you have Paul give me a notice roll, and then Tara give me a boating roll.
Paul got a 13.
Nice.
All right.
Damn two-eyed
He
things.
sees things.
Your damn bird sees better than I do.
Of course.
Well, yeah, I mean, birds do see fairly well.
Birds, yeah. That's not an oddity.
He's got the eyes of a parrot.
Birds got them eyes.
What was your boating roll, Tara?
8.
Okay. So with Robin and Paul's assistance and instruction, you're able to navigate around the outermost peninsula of this place, and you get around to the point where the shoreline, the sandy beach, is behind you once more. And are you going to continue sort of like following parallel to the shoreline, which is now heading sort of east?
Yeah. We'll stay
I mean,
with...
so far we've confirmed that the map that we have, not capital map, but the regular map, is accurate, right?
Yes.
All right.
So far, you seem to be going around the sort of point, which yes, here I like the fog, so I'm not gonna move it. But
it's comforting.
Valid.
Mhm.
yeah, here's
Atmospheric.
here's the island on Discord.
Oh. In the pirates.
It's the just like a snip of the Isle of Mist as it is on your map, which the lighthouse is marked kind of like on the southern part of the green, where it fades into gray near the southern tip. Are you going to continue hugging the northern shore of that peninsula? Or try and like go out into the bay a little more?
I think hug. Keep hugging it.
Okay.
It's hugging time.
All right. So as Paul continues flying forward, he sees you guys go for another couple of miles further into the fog, and it gets even thicker than it was before. To the point where like you can maybe see a third of the ship's length at most. And Paul is flying through the fog, sort of crossing back and forth in front of the ship as best he can. And he spots something in the water, jutting out, several somethings. In fact, it looks like, upon first glance, a giant pair of like fangs reaching up out of the waves, which prompts him to quickly fly up into the air.
Shark.
You go like, ah, big shark.
Say, whoa, Bessie.
Okay, we need it.
Oh,
Kill it.
He dares.
Is he within?
Big shark. Oh God.
Well, he's far enough away you can't hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So Robin, what? Just cryptically?
Well, I can't talk to Paul. I can just see
No.
through him.
So he kind of like flies around, saying, "Big shark, rah! Big shark, Robin, rah!" After like a short period of time, he cautiously flies back down a little more to check it out, and it is some kind of bone, or like coral, maybe. It's hard to tell exactly, but it looks like a giant sort of like half of a rib cage kind of curling up. And as he sort of like flies around a little more, you see the water is getting more shallow, and there are a lot of like sharp, jagged, like spikes of rock jutting up from the.
Might be a good place to pause the ship for a bit.
It looks like precarious waters ahead. And this is probably when you're about. You've gotten down like sort of the flat edge of the bottom of the peninsula to where it sort of like curves in a little bit more. Again, kind of where the green fades in on the shoreline.
Yeah, we better stop the ship.
Something
I
in the
wanna
ship,
get
Captain?
closer. Yeah, well, there's definitely an obstruction in the.
Well, shit. What is it? Giant shark? I heard something
Or
about
we can
that.
just sail around it.
The song that has continued this entire time
It's beautiful.
seems to be growing a little bit more in intensity.
Ooh. Careful.
Um,
Walrus Island sounds the same.
it feels kind of like it's just like reaching
There
like
it
a
is.
climax of sorts.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's crescendo.
Yeah. Did you guys plug yours?
No. I want to hear it.
Okay. Give me another spirit roll.
Yeah, I imagine if I'm working through Paul anyway, I'll probably plug my ears.
Oh my god. I just blew
I'll
them
let
both up.
Mr. Dibs be the guinea pig.
Well,
Mr. Dibs don't care.
no, I got a 10. Well, plus 2, so 12.
Okay, yeah, you're like, man, this is good music.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Man,
pumped.
I really want to play along with it.
It's just Mr. Dibs on the forecastle dancing.
All right, do you want to play it
Mhm.
along with it?
Mm-hmm. It would be
Alright.
just little strums, you know.
Yeah, just like ding, ding, ding. So you feel. Well, I guess you don't hear anything because your ears are
Okay.
plugged.
Turns out
If you,
all this time,
I got a 7.
we're just wanting to jam.
yeah,
I got a 7 to play along.
nice. Yeah, so you match it pretty well, and the faint sort of plucking chords of the lute echo across.
Does Luca have a strong desire to jump into the water, even though he can't?
You can hear, yeah.
Yeah, he appreciates the music.
Oh, really?
Although I believe you, if you remember, he was not affected by the siren song previously,
That's right.
even though he could hear it,
Mm-hmm. Kudos to him.
because he
I
was
guess we
like,
have to confirm that this
"Yo,
is
Mr. Dibs."
Yeah, I remember now. He was talking to
It
me.
invoked a similar feeling, certainly. Although it does not seem to be as strong or persistent.
Here.
Yeah.
Bonk. Until the last sound kicks in.
Yeah.
Then we have to make spirit rolls.
So what's the plan?
So
You got some obstructions.
can we just cannonball that fucking obstruction? Or?
There are numerous obstructions.
Oh, I thought it was just one giant bone.
You could probably navigate through if you're going really slow, but you are still risking like
Puncture.
gutting your ship if you hit something bad.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, the steel plating definitely would help with that. But
Just cast smite on the ship and let's go.
Well, what we could do is we could drop the longboats in and just sort of very slowly pull the boat,
Oh, like just,
the ship.
or at least guide it. Yeah.
and be sort of in front.
Be like little bumper buffers. Well, so, you know, the longboats bump shit instead of our ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we never got a harpoon
We
gun.
have some way to like destroy anything in our way because we're loud motherfuckers like that.
Yeah.
Like I could be on a 4-boat and just like be blasting away heavy weapons first.
Just like air slices to cut
Yeah.
the.
There you go.
That will go wrong eventually, though.
Yeah.
Something bad might happen.
I'm done with that. That sounds good.
Or we could
Longboats,
get
kind of to guide it through.
I think that would work.
Yeah.
Right. Who's gonna be in the longboats? Tara's gonna be in one of them and do some magics.
I'll be in one with some of my guys. My Dibs 7.
What about Robin?
What are we doing with the big ship?
We're using the longboats like tugboats.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna guide it.
Is that something that we've done before?
No.
Nope.
This is Oregon Trail fording the river.
I
Okay.
pay the natives, but I feel like they might try to kill us.
Yeah. And to wait for a ferry will take forever.
I will. How many longboats do we have?
I believe you have 4.
Damn, I was gonna say like
And they
12.
We do have an
They
alternative.
can comfortably seat 8 people each.
That's
Oh, wow.
32 people in these longboats. Can I boost the strength of 32 people?
I'm gonna say probably not, unless you really cut deep.
Damn.
Well,
I could just be at the front, and if we look like we're gonna hit something nasty, I could just
I was
put,
only
like
gonna take 4.
an ablative ice barrier on the hull.
The three of us
to
could
absorb some
could
of
just
it.
fly around and then like make sure fly ahead and
Oh yeah, there's always that. We could just
that'd
fly.
be
in.
if you wanted to boost the strength of 32 people, by the way, it would be a minus 16 to the spellcasting roll. It's
Just
not undoable.
just roll it.
If you
Right.
blood cast to level 3, and it's
That's only a -4.
only a -4.
Range
Use a major arcane foci
and then spend a turn to think about
and
it.
channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't
Flat roll.
don't even blood
Flat
cast. Just roll a dice and see what happens. You might explode the shit out of it.
No. But
I like the idea of just like putting fly on myself and flying in front of it.
But then who's gonna steer the boat? We need a really good
See, that's the
boater
thing.
to get through.
At that point, you
Yeah.
have Nub behind the helm, which isn't great.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got a D6.
Boost. You could boost his boating.
I could do that to make Nubs really good for an hour or two.
Yeah. Wouldn't be the worst idea because this is treacherous terrain.
Whatever the
Or-
captain wants.
I don't trust Nub.
Even
Get
with
that
boosted.
bangs.
You want to cast fly on Dibs and I, and we can fly ahead?
And deal with
Yes.
the stuff.
I think that is what I would do.
All right, never mind. Everyone back on
Send
the...
out your trusty crew and stay at the helm.
Retrieve the longboats.
Never mind. Never mind about the longboat.
Pull them back up.
Start getting the longboats.
Secure them.
I thought we were still doing the longboats.
I don't know, are we? I thought we were just going to fly, and that way we don't have to have our guys in the water if shit goes wrong.
Well, we don't need all 32 guys in the longboats, right?
That's like packed full.
Mm-hmm.
So like you could have 4 people in each longboat and just like 16 guys.
Right.
Like a reasonable. You got like 2 guys on the oars, 1 guy in the rudder, one at the helm or at the bow of the boat.
Oh, I thought the whole point of the longboats was to actually tug the.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that part. Is that what they're doing? For sure? It can't kind of float through here slow on its own power?
I mean, you could. It's going to be
If
more
we go
difficult. But
straight south, I'm gonna have Paul fly straight south. Is it still the same thing, or is it only going inland that we have the treacherous water?
going straight south, it seems to be mostly clear.
Do we just want to try to cut down and then go into the bay and see if we can just go around it?
I think I trust my skill to get us through this. I
Let's
think
go.
we can do it.
All right.
I think throw fly on you guys, forget the tugboats.
Yeah. Let's hit it.
Let's do it.
All right, confidence. That's why we're pirates.
I have one more casting of telepathy. Is this the time?
Might be.
so that we can talk if there's
I don't really
a
know how
way.
to communicate because we won't be able to see each other.
But also,
Yeah,
how
you-
fast are we? Because like, I mean, we can.
Unless you just